welcome to the Next 6 Minutes channel. Levels of informality for this particular channel tend to vary from slightly structured to more eclectic. It's the best ways I can describe it. This is the typical path that my channel typically takes from point A to point B. And it's all fine and well. It is what it is. It's about 6 a.m. in the morning. I haven't slept very well for the last few days. Right now, in my particular building, there's been a lot of activity. There's been what I can only describe as some sort of carpet cleaning service has taken to doing some refurbishing of units that I can only assume have been recently vacated and are being prepped for future tenants. And understandably, the landlord wants to get those ready for people just moving in. I can understand that. Though what I mistook for being like a nail polish party, I think is the chemical solvents that I suppose are used in the industry. They have very similar aromas. I want to say it's halfway between nail polish remover and the smell, the odor that you get from like recently dry cleaned clothing. It's somewhere in that. It's somewhere in the middle. And the problem is that it lingers and it stays around. I'm still smelling what was done yesterday, and I suppose for most people it's a rather innocuous, inoffensive sort of thing. To some, I imagine a lot of people, it's a rather pleasant smell. It's not in any way disruptive. But for me, any sort of strong smell, it doesn't matter if it's good or it's bad. If it's a strong smell, it makes it hard for me to sleep. So that's why I'm awake at 6 in the morning and not asleep. Also, I'm trying to readjust my sleep schedule back to what it was more or less before the furlough. And so I'm getting myself prepped for going back to work and so on and so forth. So that's what I'm up to right now. It's 6 a.m. I'm not even gonna bother tying my hair back. Not bother and put on a hat or even a day shirt. Just not bothering. I suppose at this time of day is really the only time of day where I have these sort of contemplative, introspective sort of this particular variety of sort of thoughts. I don't normally sit up and film myself when I do so. This is really a rather unique time of day, and certainly a rather unique chain of thought processes. So this is can't see. This is a glimpse into the next 6 minutes that you don't really often see. So I figured, hey, as long as I'm up, I can't really get back to sleep. I got maybe about 4 hours of sleep. I try to get to sleep early-ish, anywhere from 10:30 to midnight's early-ish to me. So I'm working on it. I'm a night owl to begin with, so it's a challenge for me pretty much all the time to maintain a schedule that is compatible with daytime activities like work. Anyhow, um, as I was saying, this is a glimpse into the next 6 minutes that you probably are not normally accustomed to seeing. So, like I said, I'm up, can't sleep. Figured I'd do something with my time. Um, so I'm not alone. Right now, there are a lot of people that are in my shoes right now, and they are certainly, certainly, they're certainly trying to find ways to bide their time before things hopefully change for the better. And I see them changing fairly soon. Sometime at least in the next 3 weeks, hopefully. Um, as my furlough continues, I have to sacrifice more and more of my paid time off, um, which is, since I've accrued so many hours to begin with, it's an acceptable loss for me, in the sense that I like getting a full paycheck, um, despite the fact that I'd be rather doing stuff with these and this, um, and certainly my drive and my passion to get goals accomplished, to meet my minimum daily requirements of, hey, we got the job done, so on and so forth. Go team. Um, so, you know, it sucks that I have to, sacrifice time that I would otherwise use for doing something recreational, like going to a Renaissance festival, going to some sort of convention, so on and so on and so on and so forth. I suppose with my Peak 60 series, and certainly with this whatever vlog series, I've at least given you sort of a partial view into who the next 6 minutes is, and certainly what this channel is about. But you probably largely left with questions as to who I am, why I'm here, what I am doing, why I do, so on and so forth. And that's an entire video in and of itself. But the Cliffs Notes version is, I was a bored guy in 2015 that wanted to do something that was akin to what entertained me, namely YouTube videos made by content creators. I saw them doing what they were doing, and I said to myself, you know what? I could have a lot of fun doing that. So that's what I did. I got a video camera. I learned how to use software that was already on my computer from my art school days, and started producing videos. It's rather varied, varied cacophony of different approaches as far as content went in the early days. So I really wanted to sort of find what I was really good at. So I did a lot of different things. Cooking, movie reviews, so on and so on and so forth. I've told this story 1,000 times. And, I wanted to entertain myself and entertain other people at the same time. Fairly simple goal. It got more complicated after I really started communicating with other people. That really didn't happen until I started expanding to other platforms, social media platforms like Twitter and Minds. Then I started talking to people for the first year and a half of my channel, I didn't talk to anybody. I just kind of did. I just kind of put that stuff out there. It was all fun and well. I had enough fun doing that as it was. Though I found the most fun meeting new people, talking with people, finding out there's really a lot of really interesting people out there, and that's what was really appealing to me. And it's had its ups and downs as far as that goes, but for the most part, I've met a lot of really cool people, and that's probably been one of the most fruitful things about my decision to become a YouTube content creator. I didn't have any like realistic expectation that I was going to be one of these guys with like 50,000, 75,000, 100,000 followers now. I wasn't aiming to be the next PewDiePie with millions of followers or anything like that. I, you know, I, like a lot of people, certainly would like to have more subscribers and more people following, more people just enjoying the content that I'm making. Wouldn't anybody? Wouldn't everybody? But you know, the thing is, unfortunately, a lot of people aren't able to really put things in perspective, or really have the right scope as far as realistic thinking about what it is that they have as far as appeal to a wide audience. And I recognize and I fully understand I am a very niche product. I'm not one of these guys that has this universal appeal. I'm for people who like content like mine. The number is going to be very low, and the proof is in the pudding. I have never had more than 200 subs. So when I see a Twitch e-girl getting so flustered about this and that, about subscribers and followers and so on and so forth, it's hard for me to relate. It's so very hard for me to relate to where she is coming from. If external gratification is really your only aim, and if profit is really your only aim when you're doing this stuff, 999 out of 1,000 people are going to be very disappointed in what they actually find. When I first started my channel, one of the videos that kind of struck me, for the life of me, I can't remember this young woman's name or the name of her channel, but she was she was really pointing out having realistic expectations about having a YouTube channel. The rate at which you're going to accrue followers, subscribers, the number of likes you're going to receive, the number of views you're going to receive, the rate at which, this is pre-adpocalypse, so I'm speaking in terms of pre-adpocalypse here, the amount of profit that you're going to make from the said views of your videos. Have a very tempered, balanced, realistic expectation of what you're going to encounter, because most people are not going to be like out of the gate successes. Most people that eventually will become successes, it's going to take a long time. It's going to take a long time. let's say 5 years from now, I have anywhere from 250 to 500 subscribers. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. I don't think I'm ever going to reach those heights, and I'm not going to be sore if I don't. But I hope that I am able to maintain a realistic overview of who I am, what exactly I bring to the table, what I'm willing to bring to the table, what I can bring to the table, uh, and keeping things as much in perspective as I possibly can. And I think a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't. And this is why we have examples like, the name escapes me, but for those who have been following that particular story, they know who I am talking about. If I run across a name while I'm doing the final edit of this video, then I'll throw it out on the screen. But it's really not even so much worth doing, because ultimately it doesn't serve much of a purpose. But it does disappoint me how common it is that people are so so self-centered that a falling flat on their face kind of incident like this with her, as she is it's beginning to dawn on her that it's beginning to dawn on her what should be more important, but she is just vehemently rejecting that rude awakening of what is truly important and what should be truly important. And it's sad that it's not. They're not. There's not enough people that value this. But what should be important is enjoying what you are doing, and being thankful and grateful that there are other people that will tune in to enjoy the same things that you were enjoying while you were enjoying them, while you were bringing that to the table. That should be the core of what everybody who comes to the platform, having that as their aim, as their goal. Would it make the landscape a lot smoother? Who knows? But if it's not, then the silver lining could be is, you know what? Despite despite things not being like as good as they could be, I'm still having fun doing what I'm doing. And there is enough people out there that are enjoying watching what I'm doing to make it worth it to me to share that, and certainly make it a point to connect with those people, interface with those people, and really grow as a creative person, as a content creator, just as a person in general. That's ultimately, that's the journey, man. That is the journey. And if we don't take that step ahead, then we stay in the same place and we stagnate. And if we try to take too big a step ahead, we're going to fall on our ass. And that's ultimately what happens to a lot of people that just kind of lose their minds because of losing subscribers because of a public meltdown, because of really petty reasons, and really showing off just how much you haven't matured personally, and just showing it off like a radioactive glow. And that's kind of sad to see. And nobody likes seeing that, unless you're really into that sort of drama sort of stuff. But drama's not something I particularly care for myself. But you know, that's your thing. Whatever. Anyhow, um, I'm tired. I'm very tired, and I might try to get some sleep here and be more rested for whatever the day may bring as it unfolds. I'd like to get some shopping done. I wanted to get some shopping done for the last few days, but weird smell in the air making it difficult for me to sleep. But that's that's how it is. Whatever. You take it easy, and hopefully the answers that you are seeking, you will find.